It's just teed up for Cantona. Oh!
Yo, you man, them. Man, them. What's going on, folks? You know, we are back. You know, me and my brother is back. We're here to talk football. We're here to talk about our club. Although we'll talk about Manchester United, we'll talk about football
And
in
guess
general.
what, Rasta? Man United play again today.
Say that again?
Man United play again today.
Oh, yes.
It's officially the last game of the season, Rasta. We're going to collect our 10 million and pay to Adidas, bro.
Yes.
Let's go. We're paying.
Yay. Boo, you fucking frauds.
Over. Season ends today, man.
You frauds.
Can't wait. End it with a win, man. Come on, let's go win, man. Just, you know what I mean?
But we can't trust these men, then, bro. Yeah, bro. These men already on holiday already, bro. They in holiday mood.
Oh, Maguire, Dalot, and Onana are in India. I'm surprised Onana was able to catch a fucking flight, let alone catch a ball. Man can catch a flight. Really? Exactly. Onana caught a flight. That's amazing. That's amazing, Onana. You caught a flight, bro. Well done. Can't even catch a fucking.
Well done. Can't even catch a ball, but you're catching flight. So, people, if you haven't subscribed to Alcavin's AN Sports, the link is in the
sub to this man here first. Sub to this man here first. This man here first. Please sub to this man here first. I always come last. Please take this man. Take this guy's channel seriously first. Right? He's doing this for a reason. He's asking people to hop on his channel. And guess what? He's a busy man, but guess what? He makes time for everyone. So sub to this man first. Get him to 900 subs, you man. Yeah, and then sub to my channel. Get me to 300 subs. That'd be great.
All right, he's on. You heard the man. You heard the man. It's not from me. You heard him. You heard him. And also, people, if you haven't checked out the stream I did with King yesterday, check it out because we chopped it up for a bit with interacting with the boss of Blue and boss of Blue was cooking Hugh in the chat again. Cooking him in the chat. Yo, people. I remember I did say y'all supposed to cook Hugh because he didn't show up for the debate. And we reminded
and he still hasn't shown up.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's because him are raised in the UK and he's in a different state. And that time zone is like 2-3 hours behind me, bro. It's 6 hours behind me. So it's like we have
8:30 in the morning. It's currently 8:30 in the morning
there. So yeah. So it's just like bam. We're gonna let it happen though. We're gonna let it happen, bro. You know what I mean? So, bro, let me ask you a question. Now that Delap is linked to Chelsea, congratulations, bro. I never wanted you at my club anyway, to be honest. Yeah. I hear people like, oh, but we need somebody better than Hoyland. I'm like, bro, Delap is like Hoyland, bro.
Yeah, but better, slightly better.
Slightly better, but isn't it? He's not the person I want. Oh, Ray, send the link. Okay, Ray, I'll drop the link in the chat right now, Ray.
Let's go, man. Let's go, Ray, man. My guy.
I'll drop the link in the chat right now, Ray.
Sorry, you asked me a question.
Yeah. So what you think about Delap? All right, Ray.
Good for him. Yeah. That's the third Man City academy to go to Chelsea now.
Yeah.
The last few years.
Yeah. And I didn't
Delap, Lavia, and Palmer.
Yeah, I didn't think Delap would come to us because he played for City. So that's like
I don't care. Sancho came to United, so I'm not really worried about it.
Yeah.
And do you know one of our academy lads last year he went over to
Morning, guys.
Morning,
Akvin. How are you, mate?
Good,
I'm
man.
good, bro. I'm hoping you're well, man.
We good, brother. We good.
Good rest of the stocks. Morning, mate. How are you?
We good, bro. We good.
Good.
Man, we good, man. Yo, Ray, listen. Hugh has been getting cooked in the chat, bro. Yesterday evening I was live with King, and when I said Boss of Blue was cooking him in the chat, bro.
I know. Now that Chelsea's won, he'll get even more cooking.
expeditious.
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah. The only
Speaking of
you, big man, you, yes.
What is
say
that, bro? What is that, bro?
The
Man,
link
where's the camera? Where's the camera,
Hugh,
you?
the link is in the chat, bro. Forward. The link
Come
is
on, you. Step up,
forward.
man. Step up, you.
Yeah,
Wait, Hugh,
forward, bro.
Hugh,
Forward.
what,
You
what's
must
that
answer for your crimes, Hugh. Let's go. Let's go.
what is that profile picture, man?
I don't know, bro.
You,
Share
I
your
came up this morning. It's early. It's early in England. I came up this morning. Come on, you. Back. Let's go.
Let's go,
We
man.
can have a
Let's
friendly
go. Bro,
debate
let's
right
go. Let's
now.
get it.
bring
Let's
the
get
man
it
them
over
on.
with it. Hugh, the link is in the chat. Come on.
Yeah, sorry.
Shout out to Ray. Yeah. Shout out to Ray, bro.
Shout out to you too, you.
In the
Shout
chat.
out to you.
Let's get it. Let's do this. Let's do this, bruv. Let's
Yeah.
do this, bruv.
What were you asking me, Rasta, about the lap?
Yeah. So what do you think about the lap?
Good for him, man. I don't even want him anyways. We could go for Dusan Vlahovic, who's available. We can go for Gyökeres.
I rather Vlahovic.
Arsenal going for Sesko. Might as well get Gyökeres now. Gyökeres ain't going to Arsenal now. Arsenal going to get Sesko. So if they get Sesko, we should go for Gyökeres. There's no reason not to go for Gyökeres. If Liverpool go for Gyökeres, it's over for the Premier League next year. Wirtz, Gyökeres, Kerkez, and Frimpong. Bro, after
That's
winning
done.
it's over.
It's done. Bro, I was just saying, I can't imagine Liverpool winning. If Liverpool ever go 20, I'll lose it. 21, I'll
They're
lose
already
it.
gone 20. They're going to go 21 before us. It's easy. It's done.
I'll lose
They're
it.
going 20 before us. They're winning it before us. I'm sorry. They just are, man. The way they're moving right now, they're acting serious as hell. They're acting serious, bro. And that's a football club that, you know what, I don't like, but I'm admiring what they're doing. I'm admiring what they're doing right now because that's elite level standard. You win, you're going to build on more. You're going to keep on building. Honest Slot is coming in. Actually, bro, he's actually done a good job. Like, people were not saying Honest Slot was going to do a good job. People were saying get top 4. We'll see what Liverpool do from there. Build a team. Bro, they've just won the league and they're building a better squad now. It's scary. Wirtz and Salah, Van Dijk and Konate. Bro, if they sign an extra centre back, Kerkez, Frimpong, and they sign a midfielder, another one next to Wirtz, because if Elliot goes and they sign another one, they sign a striker. Oh my god! They replace Diaz and whoever on the left hand side. Jeez, I'm done.
Yo, not to cut you off. Yo, Hugh, the link is in the chat, bruv. Ray is here, bruv. What we doing? What we doing, bruv? What are we doing, bruv? Let's get this over with, bruv. Come on, bruv. Come on, bruv.
Ray and Rasta ain't scared to show their faces, bro. You've hidden your a lot, man.
It's probably dumb early in the morning for where he's at though, cause where Hugh lives, he was like what 2 to 3 hours behind me. I know.
Was it the West Coast? Because New York is the East Coast, isn't it?
Yeah, he's near to the west. Yeah. Okay, he's
Yeah.
5 minutes.
He's in Canada.
Give 5 minutes. Okay, we're here 5 minutes.
He's in Canada.
But
no.
Anyway, man.
He's not in Canada. He's in Washington State.
Yeah, that's almost West Coast.
Yeah, it's almost West Coast. So yeah. So Ray, come on, man. What's your honest opinion about the best in class with Ineos?
Shit. That's all I've got to say. There's no best in class in these bastards. They're the worst in class, you mean? You know, I mean, I'm raging. I've been raging since we lost the final. And yeah, I didn't want the lap, but there's two. That's two admin signings they've flopped off to Chelsea.
Yeah.
First one was Quando. They promised Quanda. They promised Quanda. Oh, it's gone to Chelsea.
But Quenda's he's going in 2 years. He's not going. He's going in 2 years.
All right. But then they said, "Oh, the lap. Oh, we scouting the lap." And I'm like, that's probably going to be Rasmus 2.0 because again, you need to develop the guy, and we don't develop players. Yeah. So I'm thinking, okay, what's going to happen there? Then they go losing to Chelsea, and I'm like, yo, these guys, man,
bro.
This shit.
Honestly, I didn't want the lap. I want somebody that's a goal scorer.
I know I do want the lap, but you still, if you're telling people publicly what you're doing, land them because you're looking like a fool, man. You know what I mean? And now, I don't know what the board thought that because you got about 3 strikers better than the lap. available this summer.
Oh, easily, easily.
And and they're like, oh yeah, he's, what I say is choice number B. No, sorry, choice number D. Sorry, not even choice number B. And you're letting everybody know this is your A choice. And I'm thinking, well, what happened to Djokovic, Osman, Sesko, Inteke, even those fellas, even Marteta,
Or if that's or if you don't
Rashford.
have or if you don't have the money, right?
Yeah,
Let's loan out Rasmus Højlund to
yeah,
Napoli, right?
loan him out and bring in
And get a loan for Victor Osimhen.
exactly. And I'm thinking, yo, you boys are trying some nonsense here at the board talking about the lap, but then you go and lose him. And I'm thinking, what, you're now going to try and go to these guys as your second choice? And these people are going to be looking at you and thinking, whoa, you didn't even want me because you wanted the lap. And now you're gonna, they're gonna have to pay them the money. They can't come and talk about, oh, well, I'm only gonna give you 115 or whatever. These men are gonna say, look, if I'm gonna come to you, I want to see 250 at least, and I ain't gonna blame them. So this cheapness, what this board is doing, bro, this is why I'm raging at them, because they only wanted the lap because he was 30 million, and they could have paid him under 100k. That's the only reason why they wanted him, not because he's suited for Manchester United in that role, because we need experience in that role, bro. We don't need any man that's developing, because we made that mistake with Rasmus. We put him. Rasmus is not a bad player, but the problem with Rasmus is he's not experienced for what we want. So we throw him in there, tell him to struggle for a season, and nobody else is there to say, okay, Rasmus, look, you're struggling, lad. Let's go bring in.
Sorry, go finish.
Yeah, I know people are not a massive fan of him, but he's a development player, which needs to develop all around of his game, because we never seen him being a lone striker under Ten Hag. Now he's a lone striker here. We see that he's struggling to be a lone striker. And my thing with it is, I blame the club massively more than Rasmus, because they should have had somebody in there that can play the lone striker, and Rasmus would have taken the back seat and said, look, learn after this guy. But we don't have anybody else that can play lone striker, because I don't think Zirks is a lone striker. I don't even think Cheetah's a lone striker yet. So yeah, what are they doing? And that's why I didn't want the lap, because I'm thinking you're bringing in another guy that needs to play lone striker that I've not seen him play lone striker at Ipswich. And I'm thinking, what are we doing, man? We're just running around in circles with the same BS profiling. Have not we learned that we cannot have a 20-something-year-old or 22-something-year-old struggling in the team?
People, get not to cut you off, right? Continue.
Well, sorry.
Stream now.
Continue. So we can't get. You, big up you. Yes, brother.
Big up you. Finally.
Mr. Hugh.
Finally.
Mr. Hugh.
Finally. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. This man has been getting cooked in the chat, bro.
He has.
This man has been getting cooked in the chat.
Mr. Hugh.
He suffered, paid enough for his crimes. What's up, man? What you saying, man? But he's on mute. You're on mute.
Now he's on mute.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes,
now.
Mr. Hugh. We can hear you very well, mate. What's up, mate?
What's up, mate?
I'm good.
Yeah,
How
man.
about you?
I'm good, bro. I'm very, very good, bro.
Okay.
I've been listening to you, some of the sins that you've been committing about what Kane is better than Rooney. So we need to sit down with a cup of tea and explain to me, why do you think Kane is better than Rooney?
Yes,
definitely. Yeah, I have my reasons. I have my
That's good, man. I want to hear your reasons, man. Shout them out.
You mean that right now? You want to hear them?
Yeah,
right
man.
now?
Shout them out.
Let's do this.
Okay. Why I think Kane is better than Rooney? Well, my first reason is because he won 3 Golden Boots while playing for Tottenham. I don't think Rooney ever won a Golden Boot at his time at Manchester United. I could be wrong, but maybe Akovin can fact check me. I don't know, but I think Kane won 3 Golden Boots in the Premier League while playing for Tottenham, and he also he broke Rooney's record for scoring most goals for a single club in the Premier League too. I think he also broke that record, and he did it in a shorter period of time than Rooney did, because Rooney played in the Premier League for about 13 years. I think Kane played in the Premier League for like 11 years, and he managed to break the record before Rooney. That's also another thing. And I keep on bringing this up, and I know it's annoying to you guys, but I keep on saying that if Rooney hadn't left Everton to go to Manchester United, Rooney wouldn't be the same player that we talk about today. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. You probably know that,
I agree.
you know.
I agree.
Alex Ferguson,
So,
the reason
yeah.
why Rooney.
I think, and like we like to have these conversations a lot, but it's more of like where Kane is the better. Rooney had the better career, but I think Kane would have had also probably equally as good of a career if he had left Tottenham earlier. And also, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a difference between having a good career and being a good player. That's my personal opinion, but I could be wrong.
I have a lot.
Okay.
He has a
So
Alfred has a lot to say, bro.
So that's yours. Well, okay, let's the cooking is starting now. First of all, Rooney burst on the scene at 16 years old. And he also had a higher profile at 16 than Kane did because Kane had to go.
And he scored against the club at 16.
Yeah, Kane had to go in the
True.
low.
I remember that happened.
Yeah.
So can I budge in real quick and say?
Yeah, go on.
So to your point, I think Akovin mentioned a few, like it was a few weeks ago when Akovin, people were comparing, I think it was Mbappe at 18 and someone else at 18, and Akovin said it doesn't matter what age the player is, or like you shouldn't be looking at age when when the player has achieved something. Yeah, exactly. So
but you must look. But you must look at the profile of the. Remember, Kane. Nobody talked about it because he was struggling at that age, and he had to go to lower leagues. He had to go to MK Dons, I think.
That's true.
Rooney straight out from Everton. Everton, by the way, and Moyes didn't want to get rid of him because Moyes said, "Well, this kid is crazy." Oh, yeah. Ferguson snatched him up, and that's what Ferguson was good at because Ferguson saw potential, snatched him up. Yeah. So even your argument. If Rooney stayed at Everton, he still would have been Wayne Rooney because he was a generational talent at that age. That's where age comes in. Like everybody talks about Imal because he's generational at his age. Well, Rooney was a generational player. Kane wasn't. Kane had to work on his game. Yeah, even when he went to Tottenham, I think when he went to Tottenham, he was even on low profile when he went to Tottenham. So he actually worked on his game, and then became Harry Kane. By then, Rooney was already
established.
Miles ahead. Already won Champions Leagues, already thinking, yeah, you could say he was in a good team.
That's fair.
But you still would have been Wayne Rooney.
By the way.
Exactly.
What, how many Premier League
titles?
Seven.
Okay.
And one Champions League. So, and the only reason why Wayne wasn't won the Golden Boot, because at that time, Wayne had some really, you were going up against Drogba, you're going up against all these kind of, and he still scored 30-something goals. Exactly, he still scored 30-something goals when you're going up against these top, because strikers now, the rubbish. I mean, we've got wingers outscoring strikers. So in that era, Rooney was going up against some real top strikers, and he still was scoring 30+ goals.
Yeah,
especially Drogba. It's when Drogba played.
But Drogba was sick. Drogba was.
I was afraid that Drogba could score from anywhere, bro.
Anywhere. I'm not a Chelsea guy, but one player I did really like.
Anytime he played against us, I was afraid.
That side in 2012 to win that Champions League.
Man. Yeah, he was a beast. Drogba was a beast, mate.
That Champions League.
And then you had Van Persie in there as well. And then Van Persie also was a man that could score loads and loads of goals. Yeah. Then you had the likes of Berbatov. So you had some classy strikers in Wayne Rooney's era. But Wayne Rooney still outshone them. And I tell you why he's better than Kane. Because Wayne Rooney also wasn't just an all-right striker. You could put him as number 10. You could put him on the left side, the right side. You could put him anywhere. And you still get 100% crazy football from Wayne Rooney. Because he was that good at knowing football. Kane, I don't think you can put him anywhere else but up top. Because he just can't do it. He can drop back and he can play number 10. But you can't. You're not going to put him on the right side. You're not going to put him on the left side. And you're definitely not going to put him in the defense. And sometimes that's what Ferguson has done, with Rooney. I've seen Rooney play defend. And I'm thinking, this guy, what's he doing in defending? Man's making tackles.
And one thing I can say, anywhere you put Rooney, he could play.
He could play. So he's a total footballer.
Rooney
You
was a
don't.
argue with
street
that.
baller, bro. When I say Rooney was a street baller, street baller.
Yeah.
He's one of the
So there you go. So
original street
So that's
ballers.
why Wayne Rooney's miles ahead.
And for him to be 18 years old, running up to Ryan Giggs, he said, "No, I'm taking the penalty."
Yeah.
Tell Ryan Giggs, Ryan Giggs is the penalty taker. He said, "No, I'm taking the penalty." He took it and buried that shit, bro.
I mean, Hugh, I don't know if you watched the goal against Newcastle.
Yes.
Where he smashed.
Oh,
The guy
where
was
he
angry.
smashed it in.
The guy was
Was it
arguing.
Shea Given?
I'm wearing the shirt, bro. I'm wearing the shirt. He did.
The guy was arguing with the ref. He was arguing with the referee,
Referee.
because he didn't get the free kick.
Hey.
And then he wasn't even concentrating on the game. He just saw the ball, kicked the shit out of it, and boom, go.
Boom.
Yeah, I remember that.
Bro, so you telling me when Rooney was angry, bro, and he had the ball at his feet, I'm sorry for that net. I'm sorry for that net. And listen, Rooney is retired. He came back to a Legends game, and boom, he did a free kick, went in the back of the net.
And plus, on his debut, man scoring a hat trick. Hat trick
on his debut.
Against Fenerbahce.
Yep.
All right, so Al-Jazrin, I'll let you cook him now.
For me, so are you really comparing a player playing for Tottenham with a player playing for Manchester United? With all due respect to Tottenham, what have they done in the 17 years that they've been doing the last? What do you call it?
Other than beating us recently?
Other than beating us
by a lucky goal, by the way.
By your logic, Heung-min Son is better than Wayne Rooney because he has a golden boot. By your logic, Jamie Vardy is a better player because he has a golden boot over Wayne Rooney. This is my point. Wayne Rooney has played with players in front of him that have bagged
Neves, Ronaldo,
whilst Rooney was doing it by himself. Whilst Rooney was doing it by himself, Rooney was still in golden boot conversations, even with great players in front of him. Ronaldo, Tevez, that trio that he had at United that won the Champions League was insane. Wayne Rooney put United on his backside at one point, and they won the league. What has Harry Kane done for Tottenham to warrant being better than Wayne Rooney? Just because.
And before I just add that he also was up for the Ballon d'Or, but he didn't get it because other man was better in that season. But
by your logic as well, Harry Kane's better than Sir Bobby Charlton because he broke Sir Bobby Charlton's goal scoring record in England as well. Sir Bobby Charlton was a Ballon d'Or winner. Are we talking about a
World Cup winner,
Bobby Charlton,
Champions League winner?
Bobby Charlton, that's England's most successful period in their history, and that's the only successful period in their history, right?
Yeah, that's true.
But let's look at this as well. The pressure of playing for United versus the pressure for playing at Tottenham. What's bigger? The pressure playing for United, and this guy won a Champions League at the age of 23. So you want to talk about age now? Rooney won the Champions League. How old was Wayne Rooney when he signed for United? Was he 17 when he signed for United?
I think it was 18,
17, 17, something. 18, 17.
Okay.
18,
So
17, yeah.
So he signed in 2005? Am I correct? 2004? Am I correct? 2004. All right, 2004. 2008. 4 years later, he won the Champions League. How old was he? 21. 21.
Yeah.
Right? When he won a Champions League. So
And Kane was still struggling at the lower leagues.
Harry Kane went to Leicester, MK Dons, and Norwich City on loan. Harry Kane burst onto the scene in 2015. 2015 was his mark. He made that mark against Chelsea. Do you remember that 5-3 classic Premier League game we watched back then?
I think so, yeah.
5-3 Tottenham Chelsea in January. That game, right? So Harry Kane bagged 2 goals.
Yes. Ronaldo was younger then, yes.
But aren't Ronaldo and Rooney the same age?
Ronaldo's actually older than Rooney.
Yeah, sorry.
I think they're the same age, right?
Sorry. Rooney's younger than Ronaldo. Sorry, yes.
Rooney's younger than Ronaldo.
Mm-hmm.
But Ronaldo.
Cristiano or
Ronaldo
yes,
left
CR7, yeah.
Yeah, Ronaldo left United at the age of 23. He was 22 when he won his Champions League.
Yeah.
So this is my point. Like, Wayne Rooney had to play with the greatest manager of all time, Sir Alex Ferguson, as well. He had that guy. Rooney missed out by a bit in 2010 to Didier Drogba, who was Chelsea's talisman.
Exactly. Yeah.
Rooney still had great players around him, but he was doing most of the work. This guy not just only played striker, he played attacking midfield, played on the left, played on the right, played in
That's
midfield.
true.
Even played defensive midfield at one point. This guy
Exactly.
was versatile as hell. And
Mhm.
Rooney was and Harry Kane only had to play two positions, bro. He had to no Rooney's not older, bro. I'm sorry, he isn't. Ronaldo's older than Rooney. You can fact check
Thing
that
with,
if you want. Fact check
thing with
that.
Rooney. Sorry, it's not cutting you off. I am cutting you off. But the thing with Rooney is, he's not as he wasn't as dedicated to his body as maybe a Kane and a Ronaldo is, because he was smoking
Yeah.
and drinking in his career, like, and that's probably the reason why Kane caught up with him a little bit in his later years, and he
Yeah.
looks the way he looks now because
Yeah.
he was an old school footballer. You know, he'll go for pints, he'll go for smoke. He was smoking cigarettes, yeah, and Ferguson used to push him out for that because he's thinking, yo, you shouldn't be smoking cigarettes. You should, but he was still show up next season and banging 20 something, 30 something
Yeah,
goals.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's like,
yo,
what can you do? That's why they left him alone. That's why you could see that he tailed off.
what Ray just told you, he was arguing with the ref without the free kick, and he banged that ball in the back of the net, bro. Bang it in the back of the net, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, let me tell you something. As much as I rate Tevez for what he did to us, Tevez, Rooney, Ronaldo, those front three was our most lethal, serious, and most dangerous attack ever.
But
Ever.
also, Harry Kane won his first career trophy at the age of what was it, 30?
I think Harry Kane is 31.
31, and he
30.
won his first
Bundesliga.
trophy, 30 to 31. The guy was
That's
the guy-
true.
Also the lack of ambition that Rooney had to leave Everton to go to United, whilst Harry Kane never wanted to leave Tottenham. He wanted to become a legend there. He was a bit too stingy. He wanted to, I'm going to win my first career trophy with Tottenham. Well, guess what? Tottenham won their first trophy when you left, mate. Tottenham won their first career trophy when you left.
That's
And
fair.
you went to win at Bayern Munich, a team that wins the league pretty much every single season. So you pretty much went to stat pad in the Bundesliga just to go and just to go win your first career trophy there. You could have gone to Real Madrid when they wanted you. You could have gone to United. United were winning trophies. Forget just the league. United were winning trophies while Harry Kane was still in his mid-20s.
Exactly. And he should have come to United, but
He should have
he
joined
didn't.
United,
He
bro.
said,
He had great players behind him. Imagine Kane and Rooney in 2015 playing together.
Yeah.
Deadly.
Behind him,
That would have been deadly.
Well, this
Yeah.
is what I'm trying to say. The lack of ambition between these two players is also a massive issue. The mentality is also different. Wayne Rooney's mentality is different than Harry Kane's. Yes, Rooney had a tail off towards the end of his career. I get it. But Wayne Rooney had some weight issues all his life. Don't forget, he also had, what was it? I know this has no effect to his football game, but he had like this, the hair
Transplant.
He had
He
the
did
hair
hair
transplant.
transplant.
But this is what I'm trying to say. Like, Wayne Rooney had issues in his life, and he managed to overcome it, win a Champions League, win a Premier League with United. He made it to back-to-back Champions League finals with United.
and scored. I think he scored both of them, or he scored one.
He scored in 2011.
Yeah. Well, we took the lead. We took the lead
Yeah.
against Barcelona, and
Yep.
Wayne Rooney
No.
scored. I'm thinking,
They
wow.
took the lead, we equalized, and then they scored 2
Oh.
or 3.
Mhm.
Oh,
But
yeah.
anyways, but this is what I'm trying to say. Like, Wayne Rooney is, for me, clear of Harry Kane. It's
Yeah, 100%.
As a player,
Yeah,
you might
facts.
attribute like Rooney's got. Okay, Kane might have better shooting. Fine, you can look at single attributes, but look at overall game. Look at overall position. Look at versatility. Look at everything. Look at career. Look at success. Combine all that. Wayne Rooney is clear.
So, as much as I do agree with your point saying that Rooney was definitely more versatile, and probably in his era he can manage to win a golden boot because of like the variety of strikers that were like not only within his team but within the Premier League in general. You know, you guys have mentioned some pretty notable names, but I could also use that point to say that if Rooney played with such a very good squad, because like he's playing with people like Ronaldo, he's playing with people like Tevez, he's playing with people like Paul Scholes, he's playing with people like Ryan Giggs, he's playing with, you know, very well able players. Whereas Tottenham Kane was playing with, you know, like until Son came, there wasn't really any notable. I mean, there are a few names here and there, like, you know, Ericsson or I think Walker, but even Walker didn't really become
Dele
the
Alli.
player he Dele Alli. That's true. but even Walker didn't really become the player he was until he went to Man City. But you
That's the
know,
point Ray was making.
yeah,
If he had taken a step up, like Wayne Rooney did, he would have become the player he would have been. But guess what? He
One,
decided to stay at Spurs, and there's a lack of ambition.
and at Spurs, he had Dele Alli, who was
yeah,
absolute at that time was a
A
phenomenal
young,
player.
young player.
And then he had Dembele. Remember Moussa? Is it Moussa Dembele?
Yeah,
yeah,
Musa
Another
Dembele.
fantastic player.
yes,
When Poch came, the levels of Spurs went up because Poch
that's true.
assembled a really good team, and that's the time you saw how he started showing. Kane started showing, so he had players
That's
because
true. But
he reached the final. Listen, he
that's
reached the
true.
final.
Who
So you cannot
second?
use that excuse to say that well Rooney had players because Kane had players because he reached the
But
USL final
yes,
and he had a really good partnership with Son, Kane, Dele Alli, and there was
yeah.
somebody else I can't remember. Moussa Dembele,
Musa Dembele, Nacer
Ericsson.
Real quick. You
But
got
Ericsson,
Kevin Rooney or David Beckham.
Wayne
really,
Rooney. Wayne Rooney for me. Wayne Rooney for me all time. I just think
Yeah, Rooney
Beckham.
was better.
I don't.
Wayne
I don't
Rooney.
Beckham,
think.
What, although David Beckham, when it came to corners, he was a corner merchant.
Yeah,
yeah,
but to be fair with you, Beckham was a pure midfielder, whilst Wayne Rooney was like a
yeah,
pure attacker.
yeah,
Later in his
Beckham was a
career,
pure midfielder.
Rooney
Yeah,
Rooney took the slower position because he had to play to his age.
yeah.
He had to play to his body. So that's the thing. And the thing is that Ray makes a really good point is
Arian, big up yourself, Arian. Big up
that's the one
yourself.
thing you said. Wayne Rooney, right, had such good players in front of him. He was the sole reason these guys got the goals. He was the reason these guys got the goals. He was the playmaker to Ronaldo and Tevez, whilst getting
Yeah.
him the goals as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
He
I think United.
sacrificed a lot of it. He sacrificed a lot of. That's probably why he didn't win
That's a lot.
Golden Bulls because he
I think we racked
sacrificed a lot.
I think we racked up like 80 something goals that year. Them three alone, 80 something goals
Yeah.
alone. Ronaldo 42 goals from midfield. 42 goals from midfield, bro. At the time, we're looking at right mid as a right midfielder, not right winger, right mid. 4-4-2.
Mhm.
Bro, this is what I'm trying to say. Football back then, clear as
Clear.
day. All right,
And then let's
far.
get back to the Spurs. Yeah, so the Spurs had a good team. So Kane had no excuses
but
not to win with that
Yeah.
team. What spots?
so
What
that is true. But like some of the names you're mentioning, could you compare them to could you compare Dembele to like someone like Scholes, or could you compare what's his name, Dele Alli to
No, you can't.
who's a good
But
example?
we're
Yes,
talking about the generation now. We're talking because that's the time Ferguson left and all those guys left. So this era, Spurs had a team
Yeah,
to win because you could say that you can't compare because I don't compare generations. You see, I always say, well, let's see what's happening now because football is always happening now, isn't it?
it's always
And
evolving.
Spurs, yeah, it's evolving. So Harry Kane was in a best Tottenham team with the likes of Dele Alli, with the likes of Son, with the likes of
That's
Moussa
fair.
Dembele, and the defense was good, and then they had a good keeper. So is it Hugo Lawrence? Is it the French guy before he went south? Is it
Yeah,
Hugo Lawrence?
yeah. I think it
Yeah.
was Hugo Lloris.
So he flopped it because he should have at least won one trophy at that time because
Yep.
because at that time Tottenham was going for Leicester and they were in a one horse race, and he should have won the Premier League. He should have won the Premier League, and Tottenham
Actually, Ray, Arsenal was second majority that season.
was it.
Arsenal was actually second majority of the season. If you actually
Wait,
look at
All right,
Arsenal,
what?
so there you
Which,
go. So in that
the
season
season
when
that
Spurs,
Leicester won?
yeah, the
and
season was Leicester won.
Tottenham actually never went top. It was actually Arsenal that went top. You remember that Valentine's
Yeah,
Day
yeah,
game?
yeah.
Left the 2-1. They went top of the league, bro, and Arsenal
Yeah,
threw it away.
and then I think Tottenham also had a good chance of winning, but then they played that game against Chelsea and Hazard
Yeah, but
scored that crazy.
Tottenham won that game. Leicester were going to beat Everton at the weekend anyway, so it's going to be done.
I think that's true.
Leicester were going to win the
Yeah.
league anyway.
But he had a chance. At least he had a chance. He had a chance to
He
get
had
a
a chance.
Premier
that's
League,
true.
and he had a
That's
chance
probably
to
the
get
closest they've ever come to
yeah,
winning
and he got a chance to
in a
get a
long time.
Champions League. He had a chance to get a Champions League against Liverpool,
Yeah.
flopped it. So that's
But Liverpool
why.
were a better team that year. Even Liverpool were probably gonna beat them anyway, so it didn't really.
No,
Yeah, but it was a
matter.
back.
But the fact that they got to the final alone, that should also be taken into consideration because
But
once again you consider both of the teams. Liverpool obviously had a better team that year. I don't think we can disagree that because like that time they had Sadio Mane, they had Trent Alexander-Arnold, they had
Mm.
Mo Salah, Gini Wijnaldum, Andy Robertson. Who else am I forgetting?
But it was a close final. I mean,
The-
they only lost 1-0. They only lost 1-0. So Tottenham choked.
Wait, was it 2-0 or 1-0 in the final?
2-0?
2-0 in the final, right?
Which final? The League Cup final in 2015?
No,
Right.
the Champions League.
The Champions League final where Tottenham lost to Liverpool.
I think it was
I think it was 2-0, right?
2-0.
2-0. All right.
But this just comes back to my point on mentality and ambition. Harry Kane didn't take the step up early in his career, and that's what Rooney did. He took the step up in his career.
That's fair, and that one I give to Rooney all
Go
day.
look at Gareth Bale. Go look at Gareth Bale.
Gareth Bale
Oh,
went
yeah,
to Real
forget.
Madrid.
He played with Gareth Bale as well.
Yes,
Harry
bro.
Kane played with Gareth Bale as well. So come on.
Modric
No,
left.
not before.
Modric
not
bounced.
Modric as well. So he had a classic.
Decorated captain.
Kane didn't play with them. Kane played with Bale when Bale came back on loan to Spurs for
Oh, right.
Yeah, but so they played for only like one season, and then
Kane
I
was
think
on
Bale
loan.
left, right?
Yeah.
And that was before Kane became, that was before he started.
Kane started in like 2010 or 11. I can't remember what it was. I think around that time.
But then he kept on going out on like loans and stuff, right? And then coming back, and
I think he was in Tottenham's academy.
oh yeah, he was.
He played for Arsenal at a young age. He played for Arsenal at a very, very young age.
And this is the funny thing. Harry Kane was an Arsenal fan growing up.
I know, right? That's a crazy thing, and it's crazy because he used to score against us like all the time. That's why initially I had a grudge against him, but I came to appreciate the player he is.
You guys should buy Harry Kane. I'm serious. You also should buy Harry Kane.
But right now, that's true.
He's
but
not
Harry
leaving.
Kane won't want to come
He's
to
not
Arsenal
leaving.
right
If he goes
now.
to Spurs fans will kill him.
No, he's not going to.
Sol Campbell all over again.
Don't forget Sol Campbell.
Bro, Sol Campbell, bro, left Spurs, went invincible with Arsenal. Bro, that season when Arsenal went invincible, I cried because I think we finished second that season.
We did, yeah.
Bro, I cried, bro.
Bro, also, yeah. William Gallas played for them as well. Adebayor played for them as well. Go look at I'm forgetting who else played for them. But even then, like, forget those guys. Your second greatest, or maybe your greatest manager, your second greatest manager ever, George Graham, managed Tottenham.
Yeah.
So forget Arsenal versus.
A lot of people don't know that.
Harry Kane would. I think Harry Kane would join Arsenal for real.
No, he won't go there. He won't leave by.
He won't go there right now.
But if he had the chance to, he would. If he had the chance,
because he's loving life at Bayern. He just won his first ever trophy.
And he's a Golden Boot winner in
he's
Germany.
Going, yeah, he's going. He's going in. So he's not coming. He's not coming.
Vardy was one goal away from equaling his Golden Boot tally in 2015-16, the year Leicester won the league. But he missed that penalty against Everton, which would have meant that he would have tied Vardy. He would have tied Harry Kane on the Golden Boot.
Yeah, but he still went on to win it a few years later, right?
Oh, so
okay.
I forgot to ask. Sorry. Let me ask you this question. So is Aubameyang better than Wayne Rooney then? Because Aubameyang's won a Golden Boot.
No. So I'm not saying Aubameyang. Well,
he wants to convince it already. No, man. Aubameyang's nowhere near. Don't call Aubameyang.
I was just giving a variety of situations. Like obviously there's the Ballon d'Or, and then there's the the feats that he had reached with Tottenham, like almost winning the Premier League and getting them to the Champions League final, which he played a vital part in. And he was probably. I mean, they could have won that year, but again, it was Liverpool, and Liverpool were just on a different type of system at that time. So.
Okay, Hugh, so any more reasons why you think? Because if you've lost, I think you've lost the last 2 points. Why you think?
I mean, I told you about the record, the goals he scored in that short period of time as compared to Rooney, and he still managed to beat Rooney's record while playing for a team like Tottenham. Even after the players you've mentioned left.
Let me ask you a question. You see all them records Harry Kane broken in his younger years, I guarantee you now, all those personal achievements, he would trade in all of those in his prime to win a major trophy in his prime.
That's true.
Now
that one I agree with.
Okay, I think we can give this one little point to
Just that
Hugh
one.
that just one, because
Okay.
yes,
I'll
he
take,
has
I'll take
scored.
it.
He has been more prolific
Prolific.
in his career than Rooney in that short period of time,
Yeah, that's true.
because Rooney dropped off in his later years, and we admit it, he did, because by the age of 30, Rooney wasn't really Wayne. He was
Yeah.
more playing as a captain, more doing anything. So he wasn't really scoring the amount of goals that Kane was scoring past 30. So yes, you've got that one. So I think that's about what, two to
And
1 to us.
yeah.
3-1 to us in beating
Okay.
you.
And
But
also, to be
yeah,
fair, by that time, Man United had like changed a lot. So
exactly. We
obviously,
changed a
like the
lot.
whole
Yeah.
system around Man U was different because at that
Exactly.
time, you had people
You
like
see that? You
Pogba
see that comment?
and Lingard,
He
and
should have left Spurs sooner.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's what I
Listen,
tell everyone.
Modric
Sorry to go for it.
left
Sorry
sooner.
earlier.
Modric left sooner.
So boys,
Gareth
can we
Bale
agree?
left sooner.
So boys, can we agree? It's not a clean sweep to us, but he has got one thing, just
Yeah.
one victory. But it's a 3-1 victory, so it's still a smashing.
Hey,
I also had two other points that I
Oh,
wanted
all
to
right,
bring
let's hear
up.
them.
All right, let's
That's it.
hit it.
So one of them, I think this one was between me and Rasta about I keep on saying that Saka is better than Foden, and he disagrees. And it's part of the same reason.
Bro,
It's kind of the same. Hear me out. Hear me out. Let me speak. Let me speak.
Before you even answer that, how many Premier Leagues Phil Foden have? How many?
Exactly.
How many? Tell me how many? How many?
Come on. How many player years has
So-
Saka's got? 2.
How many
That's true,
Premier
but-
League does no answer the question? How many Premier League titles does Phil Foden have?
Oh no, like 3, 4, 5.
Player of the year? How many player of the years as well?
I don't know, 2, 1.
Okay, continue.
There you go. It's finished.
Continue.
So
continue.
to my point,
Continue.
first of all, I could just be making this up, but I think if Saka were to be in that, what's it called? Wait, one what?
One Premier League title.
Oh, Foden.
Yeah.
Wow. Is it really one?
No, it's 1-1.
I don't think
It's
it's
one on
one
one.
Premier League
Should be more
title.
than one. It
He's
should
one
be,
of them one.
should be more than it should be two. At least two.
Two at least.
Yeah.
At least
Yeah.
at least 2.
Yes, two.
who are you talking
But
about?
as
Foden. How many Premier Leagues Foden won?
Foden's won
He's been in 2 Premier League.
5.
5. There you go. Yeah,
Five,
he's been in there a long time.
Yeah, 5.
That came in 2018 or something, 2019, yeah. Won the league. He did the 4 in a row. He was a part of 4 in a row, and he won the one before Liverpool won. So he's won like 5 Premier Leagues in the first team. 5.
I mean, yeah, maybe he won the PFA, maybe not the Player of the Year or whatever.
He won the Premier League Player of the Year. He won
Oh wow.
Yeah, Foden did. Yeah, Foden one time. He did it once. Yeah. Saka's not yet done it, I don't think.
And Hugh, I must remind you, in football, trophies count.
That's true.
Trophies
I agree.
count. So what you telling me about Saka?
You lost that one. That's another loss.
No.
But Rasa, Saka didn't even play the FA Cup, so you can't really count the FA Cup.
Yeah, he was on the bench.
Yeah, he was on the bench. He hardly even played that FA Cup run. I think it was Aubameyang that carried them to the FA Cup.
But he still won the trophy though. It's just the same way.
No,
like Ronaldo.
I understand, but he was on the bench.
No, he
wasn't a name. He wasn't a name back then. Saka wasn't a name back then. But now he's a name. Now he's a name, but he wasn't a name back then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I cut you off there, by the way, Ray.
No, you good. So you continue, please continue, because I want to hear this.
Okay. So you see the way you guys were saying that Rooney was versatile and he could play a bunch of positions. Saka is basically the same. You could make the same case for Foden, but Saka could also play. Saka has been known to play like a wing back or a left back when he's playing under Southgate for England. And also, Saka performs a lot better when he plays with England as compared to Foden. I think you guys can we agree at least on that one thing?
Sorry. What?
Yeah.
Saka plays a lot better for England as compared to Foden.
Yeah. Foden don't show. He don't show up at all.
Which
you want to show up for club, not country.
Yeah, he does. He only shows up club. Yeah, he don't.
Well, they both played together and they won the same amount of trophies for England, so we can't really say this squad is succeeding.
None.
Right?
They won none.
They got that.
Zero.
That's
Saka
true,
and
but
Foden-
also
Saka
Man
and Foden-
City were winning way before even Foden became a first team player.
Yo, that's true. That's true. That's true. That is true.
Oh, poor Saka, man. You know what? I think Saka needs to leave Arsenal to win, man. Because I don't think Arteta is winning, bro.
But that's the thing.
I don't think
Arsenal-
Arteta is winning. I'm sorry, I don't think he's winning.
I think Arsenal
But maybe Arteta needs to leave,
if
and
you,
then
if you get,
You what? What? Huh?
Arteta needs to leave.
I agree. But you need a striker as well.
Exactly.
You need a striker.
I agree.
You need a striker. If you get
Exactly,
Sesko,
man.
that's a good signing.
Because
I think
Arteta's been there 5 years, yeah. I don't know Arsenal is finishing second and stuff like that. But you're becoming nearly men, you know. It's nearly men, and that's worse than not winning at all. Because
that's
you're like
true.
someone's dangling a carrot at you. Here, you throw it up. No, you can't. Here, up. No,
Yeah,
you can't.
That
And
is
that's
true.
that's Arsenal, isn't it? So
Shit,
if you don't win anything this season,
sorry.
if I were you, I would say, look, Arteta, thanks, but no thanks. You've been there, and you've got to win something, man. If it's FA Cup, League Cup, or Champions League, or even Premier League, you got to win something because
That is true.
he's just wasting time.
Yeah.
Because this is your best. This is your best squad. Past Wenger, right? I will say that. I don't know what happened there.
Sorry, my
Yeah,
bad.
I said.
Sorry, guys.
Okay.
I don't know what the hell is going on here. My it's acting very stupid.
Ah, there you go. Yeah, so I will say, yeah, if you guys agree with me, I said this is probably your best period as a squad since Wenger left.
It is.
And one FA Cup, it's not looking good in it. Or just one FA Cup.
with not even his team.
Yeah,
It was
and Hugh, let me tell you this, bro. If
Mhm.
Arsene Wenger was still managing Arsenal, y'all would have won. Y'all would have doubled or tripled FA Cups,
Yeah, we don't want something.
or even a League Cup.
or even a League Cup.
Or
That
maybe
would-
the title.
Or maybe
Wenger wouldn't beat the title. No, if Wenger last year, that year that City won the title, yeah,
Mhm.
8-point lead.
Wenger wouldn't have thrown that away because he
No.
would have been at the top of that, and he would have won it. He would have won it. He wouldn't have thrown it away in the last 4 or 5 games that they had because he would have won that. And again, Hugh, I'm going to cook you in this one as well. If Arsenal don't win and United win something next season, and we are our bad period of our team, Arteta needs to hold that because it'd be like,
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
And even when we finished 8th, that still was a shit season for us. Shit.
Exactly, and we won something. So he has to win something next season. You cannot let Amarin win something. You can't let Amarin win something next season, and he's still not winning anything because he needs to hold that because we are not at our good.
Yeah, but one thing I could say about Hugh, he said if Arteta don't win nothing, he has to go. He was not like the rest of these Arsenal fans.
Yeah, that's true.
He said he has to go. Like and listen, at least he was an Arsenal fan, and he's saying that because he's like, nah, win me a trophy, any trophy.
Yeah, any trophy at this point.
At this point.
Yeah, he has to because you got a good squad. You got Rice.
Of course.
That's true.
And yeah.
I was even telling Rasta the other day that, like in the past when we weren't performing, most of the blame was going to the players and the team, saying that we didn't have a good squad. But right now the squad is good, so it's like there's only like a certain number of excuses you can make anymore, as to like why we're not performing. And most of the blame has to just go on the coach at this point because, he's the main guy. He's been given the time, the resources, the players, but, he's still not delivering. And I think, next season, if he doesn't deliver anything, we're probably just going to have to part ways with him, or at least in my opinion. And it's even funny because we're talking with Shane Gooner, and he was saying that he's around like Arsenal fans who say that they'd rather finish second each season than let Arteta go, and they,
they're Arteta fans.
backslide.
No. I disagree with that, guys.
So Hugh, I seen you in Shane Gunner's chat.
Yeah.
And some of the mans in the chat, you see for yourself what some of the mans in the chat saying, and some of the mans on the panel, and those are
crazy.
real. The guy with the glasses named Jessa. That man been going to Arsenal. His grandfather used to bring him to Arsenal, bro. So that man is real old school.
Jez?
Real Jezza is real
Yeah.
old school Arsenal, bro.
Proper
Real old school, bro. You feel me? So what you see them older heads speak, bro? Jezza could tell you more about my club.
And you know,
than
one time
me.
he got slashed on the street, bro, for being Arteta out.
Yeah.
You remember that
Did
time
he?
he got? Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He was attacked for being Arteta out, bro, on
Yeah.
the street by Arsenal fans. That's
Real,
how
yo,
insane it is.
real
Bro,
old school dude.
Listen,
bro, Rasta,
as
this
a-
is what,
sorry.
sorry. Go on, Ray, go on.
Yeah, I mean, as a rival fan and somebody doesn't have any affection to Arsenal at all, I am 2-2 with Arteta because I think Arteta has done very, very well to bring Arsenal away from where they were to what they are now, and I envy that because my club is still because you were with us a couple of years back, rubbish, not doing nothing, and I was happy to laugh at Arsenal. Now I can't laugh at Arsenal. And I watch Arsenal with envy because you guys are doing what I think United should be doing, and I agree with the Arsenal inners with that, saying we were in the mud, but I also agree with guys like Hugh and Jez and Lee Gunner that it doesn't win nothing,
That's true.
and that was where for me I wouldn't want that as a United fan. If Aaron was doing what Arteta was doing and he would finish the second and he's not winning, I always start saying, well, Aaron, you've got to bring a trophy now. We've got what we want. We've got a good squad. We're challenging for the leagues. We challenge for you. We're reaching semi-finals of UCLs. We're doing all this. Now bring me something. And if you don't bring me something, you got to go. Yeah.
I see Pep coming back next season. He's probably going to win. I don't know what trophy he's going to win next season, but he's going to win some trophy next season. One thing I can say about Pep, this is the first time he has a bad season in his career. But once a top manager ever have a bad season, they come back. Well, continue, guys. I'm sorry.
No,
All right. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I think Liverpool winning again next year. I'm sorry. They're about to be stupid to not win it again. Sorry.
Yeah, because I don't trust.
Oh, yeah.
I don't trust us. I don't trust Arteta. I mean, I think Arteta's season is last season because I don't think even if you buy a striker, I don't think because he bottles it. He just bottles it.
Yeah, I think there's just an element around the him himself that isn't really serving us much well. And if you look at him, it's almost like comparing. It's almost like similar to the situation England had with Southgate, where he kept on getting you guys to, the latter stages of a bunch of these competitions. And up until like last year, people were afraid to, say he needs to get fired because that was the first time England were getting the farthest in competition since, since when. But now they were afraid because they said that if they fire Southgate, they're going to start not performing again. And that was the fear. I think Arsenal fans have the same, kind of mentality that if Arteta goes, we won't be anywhere near what we're doing right now.
Winner, bro. Tuchel's a proven winner. What the fuck have Gareth Southgate ever won in his career? Fuck has he won? Bro, I remember seeing that my uncle has old videotapes of me watching Roy Keane. Roy Keane stomped on him like a mat. Stomped on him like a mat, bro.
Yeah.
And he got relegated, didn't he? He got Middlesbrough relegated.
Got relegated.
What team did he play for?
Middlesbrough.
And what you call it?
And he coached them, but he got relegated.
Yeah, bro. And look, when they were punting on TV, Roy Keane tell him to shut up because he's talking shit. Come on, bro. Gareth Southgate, get out of here.
That's why when he was linked to United, man, I was about to give up the club, man. I was about
big up Blumen.
They were linking Southgate to us, yeah. I said, you know what, I'm about to give up Manchester United because if I see Southgate there in the dugout, I'm out. My manager out from day one until he goes. Yep.
I mean, whoever comes second doesn't matter. I would rather have this United over Arsenal that never drove.
Hey man, that's a valid opinion. It's okay. That's what he thinks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What? I mean,
Look, man,
I
big
can
up.
understand what he's saying, innit? Because you got to win things, man. It's all right. People
That's
saying, "Oh,
true.
yeah, the league," but
Yeah,
you got to at least be in a race. The thing,
as
sorry,
much as we didn't like, Ten Hag, Ten Hag won us 2 fucking trophies, bro.
yeah.
That's true.
2 fucking
And
trophies.
the thing was annoying me with the league this year is Arsenal were never in a race. By December, it was like finished. Everybody's like, I'm not bothering with this league anymore because what's the point? Liverpool was 16 points clear. You least if you finish in second, mate, at least be in a race. The title decider, normally Arsenal versus Liverpool should have been a title decider. Nobody watched it.
This should have been
I think,
Arsenal's year. This should have been Arsenal's year.
you know what I mean? I don't think anybody watched Arsenal versus Liverpool because it wasn't. How are you going to get a title decider game that's not a title decider because the title has been won
Yeah.
month before? It's like,
Yeah.
I know because I'm a part of Liverpool groups, and and I said, well, I'm not watching this game. Oh, because no, it's not a title decider. Who's going to watch? You just give a clap to Liverpool because that should have been a game where winner takes the title, not winners clapping, and that's a shame on us and Arteta because he can't say, well, look, I've been in a title race with Liverpool till
Yeah, no,
May
bro.
or
No.
yeah, shameful stuff.
And this is the thing. Arteta was an average player to me even when he played for you, man. When y'all bought him.
Yeah, he wasn't a great.
That's valid. That's
that
valid.
man was an
That's fair.
average player, bro.
Yeah.
Average.
It's because he captained you guys. That's why they look at him as like
Yeah,
a manager.
and listen, I don't understand how you played ball with Ronaldinho, one of the best ball players in the world, a World Cup winner, by the way, Ronaldinho, a magic man on the pitch,
Legend of the game. Yeah, legend of the game.
How you play with Ronaldinho and you're so shit? No offense, Hugh. You feel me?
Yeah.
But bro, like, listen, if Arteta don't win any trophy next season, bro, that man needs to be sacked expedite. Yo, he's the second highest playing manager in the Premier League.
Yeah.
The Premier League, bro.
And the thing is, your board is back. This guy. It's not like us where we're struggling or somebody else. Arteta's been backed, so you cannot say, well, I've not been backed and why I'm not winning.
Mhm.
He's been backed.
And he did say in the press conference he has a final say on the players. He did say
this
that.
is it.
You know what I also think, Rasta? There's no pressure from the board.
No.
That's why he's managing with no pressure. The guy is just managing second. There's no pressure from the board. And what if the fans all turn and the board says, "No, I'm going to keep the guy." Then what's going to happen? It'll become toxic. The fans won't. The fans won't like him. They'll start. You know what it is. As much as I agree with booing, to criticize players and everyone, you don't want to hear boos around the stadium. That's what we all don't want to hear. We don't want to hear boos around the stadium. We all want to hear cheers. And also, fans are going to be booing every single game. Do you want to hear that? No one's going to want to hear that. So what's the solution? The board needs to be more demanding. The board will be like, okay, we're going to back you. Here's Benjamin Sesko. If you do not deliver this year, you're gone, mate. I'm sorry. You're gone.
Exactly, man.
You got to deliver any trophy.
Any trophy, any trophy, just deliver it.
And
season charge.
Yeah,
6.5
6 seasons,
So
and this man had the nerve on the audacity to come and say we won 3 trophies. This man is counting the 2 charity shield as a fucking trophy, bro. If my manager ever comes out and say he counts the charity shield as a trophy, bro, I'll book a plane from JFK all the way to Manchester. I will hop over Carrington and I'll beat him expeditiously for saying shit like that.
I watched
That's fair. That's fair.
Second game as management, right? I watched his first game. It was against Chelsea. I remember Chelsea came back to win 2-1, last minute winner from Tabby Abraham.
Mm-hmm.
I watched that game.
That was
disappointing.
That was diabolical. Tabby Abraham of all people as well.
You guys started off well.
Right?
I can't lie. Arsenal started off well under Arteta. I thought it was a bit of fresh air. You guys started to play, and you beat us 2-0, which you guys completely cooked us that day. Cooked us. And I was like, do you know what? This Arsenal team, if they back this guy, cool.
Yeah.
But also, Arteta's the one making the decisions behind the scenes. It's not just the board. He's agreeing with the board that I'm going to sign this. You have to. I said I had the final say. But if the board keep on saying, "Oh, you can do this, you can do that," there's no pressure. Yes. They're gonna keep allowing him to manage with no pressure, and that's the problem with Arteta.
Yeah. And I know. I don't know if you watched. I don't know if you see the stream I did with Don C. You know who Don C is, right?
Hugh, you've been there, Don C. The guy
You've been there with Don C.
I think who is he? He's the West Ham guy.
No. You haven't seen my stream with Don C? Because everybody else here know who Don C is. You know who Don C is?
I don't. Maybe if I see his face or something like that, but I can't remember.
Okay, hold up. Hold up. Let me share the screen. Let me share these comments real quick. Alkevin, did you find your United kit for the one you were talking about yesterday? No, I don't know.
No.
One.
Which United are you talking about? The
Ronaldo name.
The 2007 one.
Okay.
Oh no. Yeah, I don't have it with me right now.
I'm gonna share you. I'm gonna share my screen with you.
I'm gonna
show you who Don C is.
I'm gonna buy a new one. Don't worry, Kevin. I'll buy a new one. I'm going to do a kit review. So I'm gonna review all the retro kits on my channel, so you guys can so you can head over to my channel and have a look at it. I have a 2007 2008 shirt. Sorry,
the black one. I like the black one. The black one. Yeah, kit. That was a good one.
Oh, the 2007 one.
Yeah, the black one. Yeah, that was hairstyle.
I have it, but the pink. What do you call it? The pink line is stripped.
Yo, that's Don C.
Oh, I don't know if I've tuned into a stream where you guys were having a chat. I don't know.
Well, bro,
I've just seen this. Ross has one sub away from 840. If you've been in the chat unsubscribe, sub right now. He's gonna reach 840 before the stream ends.
Thank you, people. Thank you, man.
Just seen that, right? Come on.
Yes, I just noticed that. I wasn't even noticing that. Yeah. But anyway, bro, listen, Don C, bro. Don C, he said, he's Arteta out.
Oh, he's an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, he's Arteta out. Bro, he's Arteta out, bro. He said this man hasn't won me not even one trophy. If he had won me one trophy, my thinking would have been different.
Right,
bro,
rightfully so. Because
listen, when I tell you, I know serious Arsenal fans, bro. Serious Arsenal fans. Yo, back in the day, the rivalry that Man United and Arsenal have is something to talk about. Ray, am I lying?
Oh yeah, it was fierce, man. Fierce.
Yo,
fierce rivalry, bro. It was one.
This man here has seen it all.
Yo, you
seen it all, man. Seen it all for United.
Let me tell you this, Hugh. If you don't know this, Ray lives in Manchester. He's a
Were you born in Manchester?
No, I wasn't born in Manchester, but I moved when I came to England. That's where.
I said, yeah.
Where you from?
Oh, I'm from the Caribbean, me.
Sorry, Caribbean.
Caribbean, yeah. No, near where Rasta is in the Americas.
Yeah,
he's from Jamaica. You're from Dom Rep.
Yeah, he's from Jamaica. I'm from the near Antigua. So
Antigua, we're not too far.
Yeah.
Maybe like an hour and a half flight.
Something like yeah.
So that is Ray. Ray has seen us win. Ray, how many? You seen more titles than me, Ray? How many titles?
Yes, I've seen all 13 Premier League titles.
All 13.
And I've been to 9 parades.
9 parades. So let me tell this, Ray, bro.
Yeah.
I seen us on TV. I seen us lift 10, and I seen us lift 1 Champions League trophy. So I seen us 11 titles. I still count the Champions League as a title. 11 titles. So this man been into Old Trafford, sat almost everywhere in Old Trafford.
Yeah, everywhere, man, everywhere, even up in the gods.
Okay, this man was in London in a pub watching the Champions League final. So this man Ray right here seen it all. He's seen a lot.
Wow.
Yes, because I started supporting Manchester United just after the 80s. Just after the 80s when we had big run. We had big run first.
That's for you, I think. Yeah.
And then we had Sir Alex Ferguson. So I've been through the 5 years when Sir was rebuilding the team. And yeah.
Kevin, it won't be a vlog, it'll just be a YouTube shorts. Don't worry about it. It'll be a quick kit review.
So it's been man, I've been at United now for about 40 years. So
I've seen this man knows more about the club than me.
See it all, man.
This man seen it. Bro, I want to see us lift 10 league 10 and 1 Champions League. This man seen every title, every friggin' title.
Every title, man. Every title. It's good.
3 Premier League titles. 3
Yeah.
I
Premier League.
think I've only seen us lift 3 FA Cups. I wasn't alive.
Ooh.
No, I was alive.
Ooh.
Listen.
Let me finish.
I wasn't. I was too young to
To
see the
remember.
Invincibles, and
Yeah.
when they won in 04, I was only like 2 years old, so I couldn't, But
All
I think
right.
my brother
All
and
right.
my dad
All
watched
right, all
it.
right. That's fair. That's fair.
All
That's
right.
fair.
We let you off. That's probably why you. Yeah.
Technically, put it this way: you seen it, but you wasn't aware of it.
Yeah,
Put
yeah,
it
that's what I'm
that
gonna
way.
say.
You
But
seen
That's
it,
it.
but
Yeah.
you wasn't aware of it.
Yeah,
They've not seen much, right? But they back Arteta as if like he's some god. Like he's a
No,
brilliant. He's a brilliant.
this is the thing. They haven't seen Tella do anything except for FA Cup, and they think he's some sort of. I mean, like, there's a guy called Miguel. He's funny.
Oh
Miguel.
my God.
Yeah, he's one of the,
And-
No,
the
that
new
man
ones.
needs to answer for
You know
his
what they do?
crimes against
You know
football.
what they do? They also clown people for celebrating trophies while they've not seen it. Well, they've not seen shit.
Yeah.
Bro, never clown anyone.
Club
Listen,
World
I
Cup.
always say, yeah, a manager
The
will
new-
always, even if it's a bit iffy, he'll buy time by winning the trophy because
Yeah,
his name
exactly.
will be in that. Going back now, people remember Ten Hag for 2 trophies. You might forget that the football was a bit bad or whatever, but you remember Ten Hag
some
bringing
trophies.
2 trophies in,
yeah.
and that's
Bro,
more.
When I won the Carabao Cup, I was gassed, bro.
Oh, I was gassed, bro.
Yeah.
I was
we
drunk.
were so close to the top of the league as well. We were so, bro.
Yo.
We were so close to the top of the league as well. Do you remember
Yeah.
that? We were so Arsenal.
We're so close. I think we lost to Crystal Palace, and then then it went south. Then, but
Yeah.
we could have even won the league if.
We lost to Liverpool 7-0 and went down south.
Yeah, 7-0. Bro,
The 7-0
No, but that was after.
that was a
That was after we
sacrifice.
won the cup, innit? No, we lost.
Yeah, it was right after we
Yeah.
won the cup. 7-0.
Yeah.
7-0.
Yeah, we went downhill after that. Yeah.
And speaking
We
of the
went on
club,
beat-
speaking of the Club World Cup, it's gonna be interesting, Kevin. Club World Cup is gonna be interesting. I'm gonna.
Hala
I
Madrid.
want Hala Madrid to win that. I want
Mhm.
Hala Madrid. Hala Madrid. Hala Madrid to win that.
We love Real Madrid as United fans. You already know the drill. United fans are
Wait,
Real fans.
how is the new Club World Cup
Donald Trump?
working? Because don't you have to?
I don't know about that one.
I think you have to win it. I think you have to win it or something like that to be in
No,
it
you
Club
have
World
to.
Cup, you have to
or
win.
qualify.
You have to
No,
win
you have to
win
have won
a
the Champions
trophy.
League. You have to have won the Champions League or at least two teams from each country. So, for example, England has Chelsea and City who have won the Champions League in the last 4 or 5 years, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Also have in Spain Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid actually won the league, whereas Barcelona, yes they won the league, but at the same time they've not done much in Europe. I think I'm not so sure. It's just they have to take two. You have to take 2 teams from each country. So Italy, I think Juventus are going. I think
Yeah.
Inter. Who else am I thinking about? Who else am I forgetting? So teams that have won the league in 2020, 2024. Barca have just won their first league title, I think.
Mhm.
If I'm not mistaken. I actually think Barcelona should be going over Atletico Madrid, if I'm being honest with you. I think Barcelona should be going.
I think they should because of of who they've got there. I think you should see that because they've got some good players there, man. And I reckon Atletico.
Liverpool missed out by a year. Liverpool won the Champions League in 2019. They
Yeah.
missed out. It would have been Liverpool, Chelsea, and Man City if they would have won. But nothing I can really do much now. I hope the Club World Cup is a success, man. And honestly, I hope Real Madrid wins it because you already know my ties with Real Madrid's United fan. We all love Real Madrid, don't we, Ray?
Yep. Hala Madrid.
Hala Madrid.
Beckham and all that. Yeah, I love my just.
Welcome.
Cristiano.
So you got any more? You got any more for your debates? Because
So I
You're
still
still-
have 2 more. Surprisingly enough, I still have 2 more.
well, you
Another
lost.
one.
You've lost another one with Saka, and so that one. So keep
I
going.
didn't even get to go deep into that one, and then you guys
Okay,
are
go
giving me
go
all
deep
this,
into that one.
history about
Let's
Manchester
go, let's
United.
go,
so-
let's go.
Okay,
Send me your
go
shades.
deep into that one.
But no, we'll put that one on the back burner. I'll
Okay.
get to my next 2 points.
Okay, go on.
One
Go
of them was when Rasta was saying that Beckham is better than Ronaldinho. What do you guys think about that?
Bro, I never said that.
I
never said that.
You
I
said
never
Beckham
said
was
that.
better than Ronaldinho.
When? When I said this,
It was on one of your lives. I was in the chat, and you said that Beckham was better than Ronaldinho, and I even told you that that's crazy to say that. And then you were
Mm,
like, you doubled down on it, and you're like, he's better than Ronaldinho.
oh yeah,
well, if
yeah,
my man,
yeah,
listen,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Rasta,
My
if
bad,
if
my
you were
bad, my
saying
bad.
it, you've lost it, man. You've lost
My,
that
my,
one.
my, my bad, my
That's a
bad,
loss.
my bad, my bad, my bad. Reason why I said that because listen, I'm a United fan, so I had to back my legend. You hear me?
Nah, man. But
I'm sorry, man. We got to give that one to you because
yeah, because it's
Ronaldinho,
like I don't even need
nah.
to
So
explain. So
you,
As much
let's
as I
just
love
you
Beckham,
got me on that.
and I think
Got me
as
on
much
that.
as I'm a Beckham man, and I think Beckham was underrated for what he did,
yeah.
but Ronaldinho, nah, man, that's the guy. That's the
I
guy.
mean, you said it
Yeah,
yourself. He's a World Cup winner, man.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And the thing, and not just that, the things that he did in the pitch. I mean,
that's
I
And
true.
remember, I
Beckham did
remember
play
the,
with him. Beckham did play with him.
yeah. I mean, I remember
They
the
play.
that goal against Chelsea.
AC
Where
Milan, bro.
do you remember the goal,
Oh,
guys,
AC
against
Milan.
Chelsea?
Wow.
Do you
Yeah, the
remember that
goal
goal
against
against
Chelsea
Chelsea,
where
Chelsea
he
where
did
everybody was
he
around
did the
him?
dance thing
He
Yeah,
and
did
yeah,
that little dance
yeah,
thing, and then he put it in
yeah,
the
yeah,
top corner. And I'm
yeah.
like, how the hell did he do that?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's the time Chelsea had John Terry in there, Makaleli, Essien, and they all
Peter
just
Check.
looked at it. Peter
Mm-hmm.
Cech, and they all just looked and like,
Yeah.
how did he do that? How did
I
he
know,
do it?
right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was like, yo, that guy's sick. And then,
He's
when he
different.
scored against England, he meant that free kick, Mike, by the way.
He meant
When
that
he put
the
that
one
free kick
over
over
David
Seaman.
Seaman.
Yeah, he meant that. And
Insane.
I'm thinking, yo, this guy's cold.
My dad
Ronaldinho,
tells me
he's
about that
cold.
goal to this day. He's like he
Yeah.
watched it live and
So,
he
so,
was astonished.
yeah, speaking of your father, is your father Arteta in or out?
You know, I have to ask him. I haven't spoken with him in a while, but I'm gonna have to ask. He's probably Arteta in, but I know, right?
He's probably Arteta in, but I don't know. I don't know.
But
Mm,
yeah.
Okay, so we give two to four.
yes.
Now, all right, so
Do you know
one more.
So the
Yeah, let me
last
say this.
no, this
Let
is
me say this quickly, yeah.
This is the creme of the creme. Okay,
the
let's
cream
go.
of the crop, the
Let me say this
cherry
quickly, yeah.
on the
Yeah,
the icing on the cake.
but let Akevin go first.
No, I just want to say this. Big up to you, yeah, Hugh. A 3-on-1, yeah. An Arsenal fan defending an Arsenal fan playing for Tottenham over 3 United fans. Fair play to you for
fair play to you, Hugh.
on the show.
Also, I have to mention that beforehand, you guys mentioned that you'd be the you'd be the what do they call the arbiters or the mediators, and me it would be between me and Ray.
Yeah.
But so far it's been you three against me alone,
Yeah, you
which is
done well.
okay. You know,
You done
we're
well.
Hey,
Arsenal
listen,
fans. We're used to that. We're
listen.
used to
You didn't
people
show
coming
up. You
at us
didn't
like
show
that.
up on the day, so
You get
you have.
cooked expeditiously.
So you're gonna get 3 against 1. Yeah.
I've received the cooking. I've accepted.
Yeah.
Gotten cooked.
Okay.
We need to see you versus Rafa though. That'll be something else.
Yes.
Yeah. So we need
Also,
to hear you one more. You think?
before I mention it, Yo Rasta, that guy named Off Blue in the chat. I got some serious beef with that guy, bro. When is the debate happening, man? We got to set up that
Yeah.
debate. We have to set up that
He's
because
just trolling,
you
bro.
know I don't have no
Okay.
issue. So the thing is, I don't have no issue with someone necessarily saying the thing that like hurt me the most was when Chelsea won and we're on a whole completely different topic, and the guy's coming in the chat saying, "Oh, what's his name won before Arteta," and it was like, when we're talking about Arteta, bro, look at your own club. But when I brought that up, he started talking about history and whatnot, and I'm like, I don't got time for
Rasta,
this.
you got to make it happen. You hear Hugh says
All
you got
right.
to make that happen.
When
Got to
Boss,
make that.
it's funny.
Nah, I gotta
Yesterday, Boss Blue was in my chat.
man.
So when I see him again, I
He's
say,
just
"Yo, Boss
trolling.
Blue."
He's
Because
just trolling.
I think when we ended the stream yesterday, he said set it up or something like that. So I'm gonna confirm with him.
Okay.
I'll confirm with him.
I'm definitely tuning in to that. We need to see that one.
Yeah.
A Chelsea fan versus Arsenal fan. We need to see it.
Then it's gonna be 4 Man United fans against 1 Arsenal fan. There's gonna be the 4 of you guys against me again.
No. I keep out of this, guy. I want to see
What about
Chelsea.
a 24-hour stream like Tyson that? Maybe that is possible to do one of these.
If he invites us, bro, you know.
Okay. So let's hear you one more point.
Mm-hmm.
So I think before I even say it, you guys already know what it is, bro. I think Rasta already knows. You guys already know. It's the icing on the cake, the cherry on top, whatever you call it. My guy, Mr. Lionel Messi, and Mr. CR7. What do we say?
You mean
I already know Rusta's answer.
who's the
I
goat?
probably know Akovin's answer. What's yours, Ray?
Man, you see, this
No
is the
bias.
thing.
No biases.
This is the thing. I'm no bias, but I always say, in natural footballing talent, Messi, natural footballing talent, because I've seen Messi, man, and I've seen him at 17. Ronaldo had to work on a lot of things. I gotta say, Ronaldo, because when he first came to United, he was poor because he was
Which
skinny.
is similar to the Kane situation. Similar to what
Similar,
Harry Kane did.
similar, yeah.
You're saying.
So
But he took the step
yeah,
back.
for me, poor footballing talent. You got to give it to Messi because he destroyed people with his dribbling skills. For his pure dribbling skills, yeah, I've never seen a guy that can just run around, swings around midfielders. And so you might have got a 4-3 for me, but the rest of the guys, let's see what they say.
Messi
This is
got
true.
a better
This
team.
is true.
Ronaldo gave everything
This is
done.
Akovin, can you elaborate on that? Why it's true?
What? Well, which team do you think is the greatest team of all time in football history?
I don't know. How about the?
A lot of people are saying Barca 09 is the best team in history.
I mean,
Messi, Iniesta, Xavi, best
we
midfield.
can't forget to mention the Real Madrid team of Benzema, Ronaldo, and Gareth Bale. That was also very.
But who came out with the number? Who came out with the numbers in that? Ronaldo. Ronaldo won Real Madrid. Bro, do you remember that comeback versus Wolfsburg?
Oh yeah,
2016.
the one where he scored the free kick.
Ronaldo orchestrated that comeback. Remember that win against Bayern Munich in 2017? Ronaldo orchestrated that comeback. Yes, it was offside twice, but forget about that. The referee didn't call it, so he did it.
But I think Messi's had a bunch of times where he's been like a vital part of them winning stuff, even in the Champions League or even in
in the later stage.
I scored 91 goals. Was it in
the later
stage or one season?
30. Messi hadn't won a Champions League at the age of 30 yet. Ronaldo's won 2 Champions Leagues at the age of 30 plus, I think.
Okay, that's fair. But what if we talk about on the national team level?
National
Ronaldo
team.
Ronaldo on the Euros.
Ronaldo taking, Portugal. That very, very small country. Yeah, taking him to a Euros.
Okay, that's fair.
Euro title, bro. Portugal never had the greatest players like that Argentina did.
But Argentina, I mean, this era of Argentina probably not as good because Portugal had some players. I mean, if you look at Luis Figo.
Oh yeah, Figo.
Never played together. Ronaldo, Eusebio, Figo.
They never played together. No, they never played together. No,
they never played together.
No, I think Ronaldo
never played with Figo.
No, he never played with Figo. No. Ronaldo played with Rui Costa, but not a Figo. Figo retired before Ronaldo came on.
Also, if we're looking at this, right, Ronaldo had to single-handedly take Portugal to the Euro title. He scored that goal in the semi-final to take Portugal there. Also, not only that, those goals against Hungary saved Portugal. Yeah. Saved Portugal. And don't forget, bro, Portugal never had that Ronaldo-level player alongside him.
Messi
had, who was it that alongside him? He had Di Maria. Not
Di Maria.
I'm not saying Di Maria's on the level of Messi. No. Don't get me wrong. I'm not. But they had a world-class talent. Enzo Fernandez was being talked about heavily. Who else was being talked about? Emi Martinez being the best goalkeeper in the world. They had, I don't know, you name it. Lautaro Martinez being talked about. Dybala being talked about. Messi had a team that worked for him.
That's true, but
that worked for him. I'm not saying Messi didn't do the work. Messi did the work, sure. Yeah. But they had a team that was ready to fight for him. Look at the Portugal players. No one's fighting for Ronaldo.
I mean, Portugal had Pepe. They had Luis Nani. They had Charisma. They had
and Pepe is Brazilian, by the way, but he played for Portugal national team.
But when they all left, who's fighting for Portugal? Look at the players Portugal have now. Bernardo Silva ain't fighting for Portugal. Cancelo ain't fighting for Portugal. No players fighting for Portugal right now.
Pepe, I think the Ronaldo era. Sorry. Ronaldo. I think the Ronaldo era for Portugal is him alone because even when Ronaldo and Rooney was Portugal never really had a team that I thought, ooh, okay. It was always Ronaldo. So, in terms of nationally, I'll give it to Cristiano Ronaldo over Messi.
Bro,
because because he had single-handedly had to carry Portugal. Messi's, yeah, he's carried Argentina, but not
to the level
as
that
far as he could have done. I think he only carried them
But
last year. Last time they won it, the World Cup, he did carry them. Yeah,
Di
Messi did
Maria
carry them then.
Di Maria still winning the Copa America final in 2021. People
Yeah.
forgetting that. And also, right, you mentioned that as well about Messi having better players as well. Tevez played for them. Higuain played for them. Look at the pool of Argentina players that Argentina
Yeah.
had, and they still didn't win with them. Whereas Ronaldo won with players like Eder, Dani. He won with players like Jose Fonte, who was playing for Southampton at the time. We're forgetting Cedric, who was playing for Southampton at the time. Rafael Guerrero, nobody's ever heard of that guy. You know, João Mario. He played with João Moutinho, William Carvalho. These guys were not at top level clubs. Pepe, Ronaldo were at top level clubs. Go look at Eder. Where was Eder playing for at the time? Swansea City.
Yes, and to elaborate on Azovin's thing, yeah, when Madonna, the late Madonna, coached him, yeah, he did had a really good squad, but Madonna was crazy because he used to play like three at the back or some two at the back or some rubbish. But he had Hega Green, which at that time Green was top striker. Then he had Tevez, and I think he had Saviola. If you remember Saviola, I think he had Saviola, but Saviola was there in the Argentinian guy,
right?
And then I think they had another guy that was quite good at that time as a midfielder for Argentina. I've forgotten his name.
I mean, Aguero was also around during that period.
Yeah, Aguero was there, but then there was another.
He wasn't as established as he was, by the time when he reached his peak at Man City.
But there was another Argentina guy other than Messi. It was quite. Is it Joaquim? Wakelme? Is it Wakelme? His name is. I think his name is. He was there for, like the top Argentina guy. So
yeah.
Internationally wise, yeah, you can say that Ronaldo wins that topic because it's like Ronaldo really had to score loads of goals to actually make Portugal relevant at the time.
So that as much as that is true, couldn't you apply that whole same concept to the Harry Kane and Rooney debate? Because if you really think about it, Harry Kane was also not playing with as many top players as Rooney was playing with. So as much as
but
Rooney,
the thing with that where it kind of falls down because Rooney at international level also had great players at that time because he was just coming off the back of the golden generation because he still had Lampard, Gerrard, he had Beckham in there, he still had actually Joe Cole. So really internationally, again, because of Rooney, because don't forget Rooney, they all had their hopes on Rooney when he got injured in Euros. Because when he came in, I think it was Euro 2024. No, sorry, 2004.
Yeah.
I think when we were in the Euros, Rooney was on fire that season. They couldn't stop him.
That's true.
I mean, and I think he picked up an ankle injury, and then that was it.
Yeah.
That was it. The fact we weren't going to win that. So, no, I think Kane. For me, I think Kane has got the weaker national international thing.
Yeah,
because I think what happened with Kane. I think he has blown it internationally as well. Because I think when Kane has come on, I think the teams that this international period were a lot more easier to win than when Wayne Rooney had it. Because Wayne Rooney were up against some real top class international levels. When we were reaching finals and semi-finals, we were beating Ecuador, we were beating Ukraine, and all we had to do was beat one team, one good team. All we had to beat is Italy or Spain or something, and we would have won. And Kane was a no-show; he flopped.
Okay.
So that's where the Kane loses it as well because he could have won France. I mean, France wasn't that good. All he had to do was hit a penalty, He skied it over the top bar.
Yeah.
And then we played against Italy. And again, he was a no-show. And then who we played last time? Spain.
But France
So, yeah.
I think France were like somewhat. You could say they were
France
kind
were
of good
decent.
for
Yeah,
that.
France were decent. They
Yeah,
weren't, they
France were
weren't, they weren't
decent.
rubbish, yeah.
Yeah.
But Kane, in this international era, had a chance to win a trophy because he wasn't that strong. Germany wasn't strong. Italy wasn't that strong. I think only France may be the strongest European side.
Yeah.
Even the Dutch wasn't that strong. So we did blow it. We did blow it with Gareth Southgate, and Kane was his captain, by the way. So that's why Kane loses that argument. Yeah.
So you brought up his penalty miss against France in 2022, and that was definitely, you know, if he could have scored that penalty, you know, it could be a whole different story. And
Mhm.
I heard that during the final in the Euros in 2024, when you guys were playing Spain, people were blaming, you know, your guys' loss on Kane not being fully 100% fit, and he was played as a striker by Southgate, and
Mm.
you know
Mm.
that was one of the reasons why you guys ended up, you know, losing.
Mm.
But is he the sole reason why why England haven't been, you know, getting any trophies? Could you say he's the main person to put the blame on? Because it's like this guy said
No,
Messi
but
paid FIFA. Man, come on.
no, but they were putting a lot of blame on him because of the way that he was very slow in those games and not really at it. And
Yes.
when you're a captain, it's going to go on to you. I believe it was the manager as well. To be honest, I think Southgate was just terrible. He just even when we made the final in last year's Euros, we were shocking. We had to win in the 90th or something minute to
No,
even get to the final. So
no manager is greater than Sir Alf Ramsey for England ever. No manager in the
no,
history of English football will
no.
ever be greater than Sir Alf Ramsey. That's all I'll
But
say.
as I said, you know, I think his manager also allowed Kane to flop at this right because if we had a different manager, I think England would have probably won something.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay, that's fair.
Southgate, nah.
That's why I said
Yeah.
Stink Gate. When I had the links of Stink Gate near my club, no, bro.
But Rasta, I was just about to give up United if we had side. If I saw that Stinkgate as you call him in there, yeah, I would say that's me, my membership, my season, everything done. Wake me up when this guy gets sacked because
Yeah.
yeah, and
So
I don't even know why we were linked with him.
I know, right? Yeah. So what are your
Like,
guys' thoughts on Thomas Tuchel coming in and
Tuchel's a proven winner, bro.
okay,
he's a
that's
proven winner.
fair. That is
Proven
true.
He's a
winner.
proven winner. He's a proven winner, and I hope he does win something.
That's true. Yeah,
Then
me
then
too.
we'll be like a legend.
He made the World Cup, the Euro. Tuchel is a proven winner, bro.
Yeah, that's even his like short, not necessarily short, but you know his span and run at Chelsea when he won the Champions League, and you know, did he win anything else with Chelsea? I mean, he won the Champions League, he won the Club World Cup, and then what else did he win?
I think there's those two things. I think they got
On
him
those
sacked.
two things, but
Yeah,
the fact that he still even managed to win the Champions League was pretty. You know, you had to hand it to him because you know they beat Real Madrid in the semifinal both
and the
legs, and
City
then they went on to beat Man City in the final. And I don't think people thought they were going to beat Man City because you know Man City's team were really good.
very
You know,
good.
because they had De
Yeah,
Bruyne and they had Aguero, Foden.
in
I think
prime guys. Yeah.
Alvarez. Did Alvarez play in that?
No, they didn't have
Hadn't come
Alves,
in.
and
He hadn't come in.
they didn't have Al Haaland. I don't think they did. So they didn't.
Yeah,
I
they
think they
did.
had. No, they didn't have them. Those two players. No.
Yeah, but they had De Bruyne and they had I'm trying to think who else. They had De Bruyne, Foden. Isn't that's true? No one's debating that
Yamal
Yamal isn't better
is
than
better than Messi at
Messi.
17.
At 17. Yeah,
You're
he's
listening
better
to
than
this
Messi at
rate.
17.
Jamal won the Euros,
At
La
16.
Liga, Super Cup,
Well,
Del Rey.
it's what is one in it. Is what is one in it, and that's what's going to make people say it's better. But the talent,
So
you can
now
debate that, mate. You can
So
debate
now,
that.
what we have to do, we have to wait until Yamal gets to the end of his career and Messi gets to the end of the, and then you take the two and compare. One of the things I hope doesn't
Second La
happen to
Liga, by the
Yamal,
way. Second La Liga.
second La Liga, yeah.
Yeah, but you have to remember. You have to remember. At 17, Messi will clean it at no what?
Yeah, nah, talent is way better. Messi just played FIFA.
Bruno
Nah.
Fernandes might be leaving United. The end is near. The end is near.
Really?
Yo, so what do you guys think if Fernandez leaves United? What's your
Bro, that
Good.
money will be very
Good.
helpful to us. I'm not gonna lie.
Bruno Sands can go with him because United fans are Player FC now. They're no longer football. They no longer.
Well,
support
as long as we spend that money wisely, not
Exactly.
keep it in our pocket,
Exactly.
which in I don't really trust. I don't really trust Ineos talking about they're going to sell him.
Glinios.
I don't trust them.
Because I was reading something just now. It's funny. When I was looking at my phone, I was reading something. Bruno's agent is supposedly in Saudi.
oh wow.
Hard work beats talent. That's all I gotta say.
But Bruno
You know
is
what?
that one he
And
should.
Ronaldo.
I
So
understand though.
as much as you guys are making the claims that you're making, that Kevin Dickey guy, I think he's probably right. Bruno has played a very, vital role
Yeah.
in Manchester
Trust
United
me.
squad this year, this season specifically.
Forget where we'd be without him. Where are we with him? We're not in the position.
In
to
your
be with him.
the same. Yes, yes.
But like,
Wait,
don't you
Rasta,
think?
I have to bounce, bro. Sorry, I have to go.
Yeah.
I have to go
No
eat, yeah.
problem. Yeah,
Okay.
no
You guys,
problem.
you guys have a good rest of your day, yeah. And then I'll
Cheers.
see you.
I'm going to bounce
next
soon as well, but yeah.
We'll
Yeah,
see you.
no
Subscribe.
problem.
All
Subscribe
right.
to this right here. Subscribe to Rasta right here because he is the or here I should say here, yeah. Subscribe to this man right here because he's a hardworking guy. You know, he does.
And
you know,
subscribe to Alcavin. Subscribe to AN Sport people. We got to get him to 300 subs.
Thank you. Get this guy to
Okay.
840. You what are you man doing? Yeah, one sub is all he needs, bro. Come on,
Mm.
what are you doing here? Rasta, you make it an only subscribers chat, man. You already know what to do, man.
All right, bet.
All right, take care, lads. See you.
Okay, let's see, man. Take it easy.
Yeah. We're gonna
Anything
end,
else,
but not at the moment. We're just gonna let Hugh and Ray talk for a little bit more. Then we're gonna end the stream.
All right.
So
Yeah, so you were talking about Bruno.
yeah.
Oh, well,
Man,
Yeah, as I said,
right now. Shit.
Oh, so
I'm mixed.
I
Sorry.
have I just got a quick point to say. So I was
Yeah.
saying you guys were saying that if Bruno were to leave and they sell him, get the money, kind of rebuild the club, that would be no issue. And before Akovin left, he was talking about how Bruno, how like you guys still have Bruno, and obviously you haven't won anything at least in more recent times. But I was like, what if you guys kept Bruno and then the players you bring in continue to build on that whole structure you guys had? Maybe something can end up happening. And Bruno has been very vital for you guys this season. As much as you guys wouldn't want to admit it, he's been very vital, and it's been very like interesting to see his comeback, because I think last season he probably wasn't at his best form. He was on the verge of being stripped the captaincy. They didn't strip the captaincy from him, did they? But there were talks about doing it though, right? At one point.
Mhm.
From Bruno?
I don't think so. No.
Really?
I don't think so. No.
But
No, not Bruno. You're probably thinking Maguire.
Maguire.
Maguire. Oh wow.
Yeah, they
yeah,
stripped
never
him
mind,
straight away.
Maguire.
Yeah.
But
I've got mixed feelings on Bruno, man, because I think Hughes is right. He's been the one player this season that's probably saved United from even more embarrassment than we already had this season. I mean, we finished 15th. Even though that's an embarrassment, we finished with 42 points. We now finished at 17th. And I think without Bruno, we would have finished 17th, not even got 42, because some of the things that he did this season, like the goals he scored this season, I mean, he scored 19 goals. You can't scoff at that. And he almost double-digit assists. So he's been a vital player for us. And that's the reason why I wouldn't really want to sell him this season. I would try and build around him, at least for one more season, and then say, go. But then if you want to take the money, and my problem with that and my little bit of butterflies have got into my stomach is I don't trust Glinios to improve the squad, even if they take the money. Because these men are frauds, and they'll take the money and they won't improve the squad, and they will tell us, oh, well, we couldn't really do this deal because of this and this and that. And that's my concern. If I had a proper board, like maybe Arsenal board or Liverpool's board, I would be 100% say, yes, sell Bruno, get somebody in, because I know that their board deliver. But my board, I don't trust them. I think they're going to take the money, still mess about, and then we've lost an influential player, and we haven't replaced him in the
Valid
summer.
point, okay? Valid
And then
point.
we're like, even worse, because we'd be like, well, but you took the money, so where is it gone? And then they'll say, well, we still haven't got any money. So I think they want to take the money and pay off whatever they want to pay off, or keep it in the pocket, and still mess about in the transfer window. So that's why I wouldn't sell Bruno, because I just don't trust the board.
Valid point, Ray. Valid point.
Yeah.
Valid point. Yeah. Valid point. So Hugh, when I see Boss of Blue again, I'm gonna ask him when he wants to do it, whether it be like in the early morning hours. Like I'll message you
Okay.
and see if he's up for the debate.
Yeah.
I will set it up, but I just gotta confirm it with him, because
Yeah.
I think when Alcavan ended stream the other day, he did say set it up or something like that. So I'm gonna confirm with him. So
Okay.
people, I'm gonna end the stream here. We will be back on the channel.
Yeah.
So
Before you go, I would say
Shout out, Ray.
Hugh narrowly lost 4-3. He came with the Ronaldo at the end, and that saved
That
him.
one saved me. That one saved me.
Yeah.
That one saved you. Yeah.
So you man, we will be back.
Yeah.
Just
Big
look
up Rusty.
alive.
Big up Ray.
Big up
Big
you,
up
big up
Anthony,
Rasta. Yeah.
although he left.
Get
but
you
yeah.
man later on. Peace.
Okay.
Big it up. Peace, guys. All right.
Yes. And
Cheers.
Ineos out, Glazers out.
All the way.
All the
Cheers.
way.
Peace
Yeah.
out.
Cheers, bye.